Today is June 29th, 2024. Yesterday in Hartville, where I played that one tape of how Vega acted at the funeral. That they told him he was getting ready to start the funeral. He's laid on the ground going, ah, kicking and screaming like a 3-year-old. They carried him out. Okay? A minute later, he walks in by, wipes his tear and sits down. Perfectly fine after that. Do everything. That was an act for people's attention to get control over him. Because if he would have really lost it like that, they would have had to hospitalize him. See, that's where that psychiatrist online talks about what's the difference between a narcissist, sociopath, and psychopath. Psychopaths can't feel sympathy, empathy, remorse. Part of the brain don't light up. Then, but they can feel happy, joy, excitement, anger. He was angry that kid was dead, but he didn't know how to feel sorry or feel bad. He never grieved. It was a lie. So it was an act, and he liked the excitement of getting people's attention. Like she said, psychopaths can't do that, and they're chameleons. They know how to pretend, and they put on acts to fool people. They're the ones that can hire a hit on someone or kill someone. Have somebody harmed and don't feel bad about it. Well, I played that psychiatrist. The tape in my car is bugged. They sold the login. Played that statement, okay? He was angry. It wasn't sad. He never did grieve. He can't grieve. It's part of his brain that feels sympathy, empathy, remorse don't work. That's how he could. Somebody makes up a shitty lie on me, has nothing to do with them, 6 months later, and he waits 15 years to hunt me down when I have nothing to do with them, to hire people to drug beat and rape me. Why? Because he could control people. And have me killed, drug beat, raped. Think about that. Had nothing to do with him. Be like the terrorists that took down the towers. Okay? 6 months later, the families get together for a prayer vigil. Somebody come up to them and say, hey, that lady was faking in an apartment building. They say, get the fuck out of here. Show some respect. That lady, I don't know what your beef is with her, but it has nothing to do with us. See, that's what Vegas should have said. Not, oh, feel sorry for us. We were offended. They weren't offended. It had nothing to do with them. Strange making up a lie on me. But they used it to manipulate people. And then they put on this big act to control people. It's been 15 years since Strange made up that shitty lie. Oh, she was faking through the last 4 or 5 years. Had nothing to do with them. It's a documented medication error and documented medical malpractice almost killed me. Took me almost a year to get well in front of everybody. And everybody's been wrote me on. Strange makes up a lie 6 months after a traffic accident I had nothing to do with. Not even around. Oh, she was faking through all that. Oh, feel sorry for us. That's so pathetic, it's ridiculous. Think about how pathetic that is. Oh, feel sorry for us. He insulted her. That's crazy. Like my neighbor Becky. That's insanity, Karen. You had nothing to do with that traffic accident. And they wanted sympathy because somebody said something mean about you? That's insane. Exactly. They were making up stuff for people to feel sorry for them because they can control them. Yesterday in Hartville, some guy said Karen's Will was out driving around. He heard how that man acted at that funeral. That was him faking. Because you don't go from screaming and wailing to walking in and being fine the rest of the time. He was faking. He never did grieve over that kid. He's heard everything she lived through. He can't wait to meet her. told you, right after Thanksgiving of 18, where John's kids, in the basement of a legally bugged house, told Flora they wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa. Grandma needs to get out, okay? Then later on they were making up mean games of pretend. They're games of pretend, okay? Laughing, giggling in the basement. They're games of pretend. They're documenting me games of pretend. Go up and ask John what's going on. I don't know, Mom. Told Melissa you're moving out. You're going to be going through a divorce. She'll just have the kids make up something. But trust me, nobody could ever say anything bad about you. She'll have the church people make up something too. But trust me, Mom, nobody could ever say anything bad about you. And then Dave defends me, Karen, you go to the kids, you go to the grandkids, you would never hurt anyone. You go to everyone, no matter who it is. Two of the young cops that watch me showed up in Walmart 62. Why they, how do you put it? Melissa's so stupid, she made everything up when you were fishing with Dave. She's actually that stupid. She didn't check where you were. I'm like, great. Okay? The one officer said, why are they having those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke very highly of her. Okay? That's where June 23rd to July 4th of 21, they're in Walmart 62. What are these people talking about? We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. Girls that dated the drug dealers. Oh my goodness, the boys had a drugger to make her say that stuff. Nobody mentioned those tapes again. Okay? They're the ones March 23rd, 23 came in and yelled at the people again. We told these people, stay out of this. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone, and nobody's ever seen anything. And it's just some woman trying to make money off this. It's part of the cartel. Running sextortion schemes on people. Having people drugged, being raped in their own home, drugged up and told to say stuff. Stalking tapes from the cartel, photoshopping, washing in the other room. Trying to extort money out of them. It's a drug scam. They keep telling people it's a drug scam from the drug dealers, human trafficking people. It's just a big scam. Eric, one of the drug dealers, made fun of everybody. November 18th, 22, all the tapes before were me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say it. For all these people to turn on their phone. They said he went to a party. They went to a party. And they made fun of everybody June 30th to July 2nd of 23. How they made fun of everybody, how they fooled them. Lighthouse Tabernacle, Katie's sister Jody, and the drug cartel made fun of FBI Agent John. FBI Agent John fell for the stunt tapes before. Oh, come on now, it was only a stunt. Having me drug being raped was only a stunt. Photoshopped and set off a hate crime was only a stunt to an occult. You're kidding. That FBI agent John fell for the stunt of tapes before. Publicly screaming out, mocking him. Okay? March 20th, 24, they were in there laughing again. That they made up Pete, they made up everything on her to get away with this. And mocking people again. They've mocked them through the whole case. They told people how they framed me. They drugged me and told me to say it before. They drugged me and told me to say crazy crap before. All kinds of stuff. They photoshopped all their lies, from feminine wipes above the toilet to shower scenes in the other room. Raised some guy named Chris out of the room. I never had a Chris in my house. I had Marks. How would you like to wake up with bruises? Get sick on a Diet Coke in the room, go dizzy and black? Wake up hours later, sick, throwing up, and got marks on you. Wake up with marks with it. It looked like injection marks, more bruises, and then you're severely infected. Go to the doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me, and here you're being drugged, being raped in your own home. There's nothing funny about this. A sitting judge would put you in jail so fast, it's not funny. I'm going to upload this, but realize how ridiculous they are. It's about as bad as, they said it was actually Katie saying that I was mean to her. I hadn't talked to her in like 7 years. There was no harassment charges, no investigation. Why? Because she lied. Because they would have come up to me and say, what? I'd look at them and say, what on earth? She was making up stuff years ago, so we walk around the kiosk so she can't say anything. Like Dave says, she's pathetic, making up stuff for people's attention. They all are pathetic. making up excuses to have people harmed. That agent would have known that. Told you, they kept saying it's funny she doesn't know what's going on. It's so funny. In 19, one of the guys that said they would work for the drug lords said that they were exposing corrupt law enforcement publicly. And another one said they set him up to be arrested. They were all setting up FBI agent John to go down for this. You got to think, drug cartels, serial killers, human traffickers, selling people. And the cops that arrest them for it, arch enemies. They'd never worked together. They were setting him up the whole time, like they set up in Akron. A bunch of drug dealers set up that agent. They talking about in Hartville. We found those tapes. They did say they were exposing corrupt law enforcement publicly in this area. And they did they set him up. This was a setup for him. Because they told him right off the bat they framed me. They were using me as a pawn. They were fighting over this area. But you don't know what we're doing. It's so funny. And then one of them had come out and say it. Upload this.